Welcome back, reality-based athletes and coaches. Thank you for joining me for another video today. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed, who are now starting to ditch the drama and turn excuses into results with their athletic lives. For those of you that caught the last video, which I will link below in the description there, you are now seeing that your suffering is completely optional as an athlete, and oftentimes it's self-imposed. And you've been kind of observing places where you can separate out your reality from your suffering. So if you need to get caught up in that, go ahead and click that link, watch that video as well. Today, we're going to dive even deeper into this competency of reality-based thinking, this idea of questioning your thoughts for accuracy when you're feeling a little overwhelmed or stressed about something. What we're focusing on today as we dive deeper into reality-based thinking is a model in reality-based athletics called the thought cycle. Now, before you get too overwhelmed with this idea of a model, it's just a nice way to break down how a simple event that happens to you as an athlete can have drastically different results depending on your thinking. Now, as many of you have probably noticed in my previous videos, I'm going to share with you what I did to mess it up and then how I use the model to learn and do better for next time. But before I go into the model, I must set the stage for this story. Now, the grand scheme of the whole story is that I went from losing basically all of my confidence, even being like nearly depressed my freshman year when I was playing college basketball, to finally figuring out what was the cause of my suffering and then actually starting to gain my confidence back. So this lesson, so to speak, came about through an experience with my teammate who was actually my roommate. We did all of our homework together. We were always kind of on the same practice squad. We were great friends. Ate dinner at the cafeteria together. So we were good friends. And as you see in the model, which I will put around me on the screen, this thought cycle begins with a simple event. And this event started happening over the period of about a month where he stopped passing me the ball when I seemed to be open. So that is our event that we're starting with. I am not getting past the ball when I seem to be open. Now, when an event happens as an athlete, you immediately go into thinking. And when he wasn't passing me the ball, I found myself thinking, oh my gosh, he doesn't think I'm any good. He thinks I don't have any confidence. He doesn't think I'm good enough to be out here on the floor. And he's not passing me the ball because, I haven't made a shot in a while. Have I made a shot in a while? And I just had all these thoughts running through my head about why he's not passing me the ball. As I was thinking these thoughts as an athlete, you can imagine how I was feeling. I was feeling, confused. I was feeling a bit tentative out there. I was kind of sad. I'm like, what's going on? And so overall, nearly kind of depressed. I'm like, he won't even pass me the ball when I'm open. So next comes action. So when I feel that way, how am I likely to act? I might not be ready to shoot. I might be tentative when I catch the ball. I might not even look like a basketball player out there. I might, start losing my confidence, doubting myself. And what's the result gonna be? My confidence just spirals and dominoes down. And to be honest, that was the result. For about a month, I was starting to suffer in practice. I would pre-suffer going to practice. I'm like, I'm not gonna get past the ball anyway. And then I would suffer during, then after, I'd lose sleep because I, knew that I was just not a valuable player out there in the eyes of this teammate. So about a month passes of this misery, and I'm reminded of a part that I didn't know at the time was part of the reality-based philosophy, and it was, if a thought causes you stress, you question it. That's what reality-based thinking is all about. So I was stressed and suffering about not getting past the ball. So I decided to question it. I said, what do I know for sure? And that question your thoughts is what happens in your second time through the thought cycle. So let's go through it again. Same event happens, but instead this time we're gonna interrupt our thinking and we're gonna question those thoughts for accuracy about him thinking, I'm a bad player, I don't have any confidence, I'm not able to perform at this level. I'm gonna actually question those thoughts. So same event happens. My teammate doesn't pass me the ball when I seem to be open. How am I likely to think when I get reality-based? When I ask, what do I know for sure? Teammate doesn't pass me the ball, I seem to be open. I'm gonna add another spot that was in there that I realized later. We were winning a lot of games in practice as the second squad. That was another fact in there. So with those facts, how am I likely to feel thinking those thoughts? I might feel content, I might feel neutral at worst. I might even feel like a solid role player. Now being reality-based and with the facts, how am I likely to act when I'm thinking those thoughts? I might ask, what could I do to help to get the ball more, to get open? I might go check the film and see, is it true that he's missing me? I might even go reach out man to man to the teammate and say, is there something I need to do to get open? Am I in the way? Do I need to make an adjustment? And that's actually what I did second time around after a month of misery. I said, what could I do to help at the action stage with these new clean thoughts? And you would be surprised at how different the result turned. First of all, when I asked, what do I know for sure? I took like a week or two and just started looking at the game differently, seeing what happened after he looked me off. And I started noticing some things, that we would consistently get baskets after he was kind of looking me off. So then I went number two, I went and looked at the film. And on the film, which the film doesn't lie, I noticed that when he would look at me, my guy would move, and then when that move that shifted the defense, he'd make the next pass, and we were getting like layups and extra passes for wide open shots. And so what he was doing, and I was so blind of it because I wasn't reality based in my thinking, was setting up the defense using my skill as a shooter to get people to move, and then finding people open for baskets. And then the third thing that happened is I went straight up to him finally and I said, you seem to be missing me a lot. Am I not open? You know, or do you not think I'm a good shooter? Whatever. And he started laughing about it. He's like, what are you talking about? You're such like an asset out there. You help the defense move, which opens everything up for us. Why are you even thinking that? And we had like a laugh about it. What I was thinking wasn't even happening. And after that new action, that new result, my confidence started rising again. I started playing better in practice. And it was all because I interrupted my thinking and questioned my thoughts for accuracy. That's getting reality based with your thinking. All those stories I was believing, I had to get those edited, get those out of there, and start responding to the facts. So I changed my approach then, looked at the film, reached out to that teammate, talked to him. I even observed more things in practice, got more aware. So I changed my approach, and I also questioned my stories, which takes us back to the other video I mentioned where I separate out my suffering from my reality. So many of us as athletes think when something happens to us on the court, it immediately is a feeling that we're having. We're immediately frustrated, but it's actually our thinking that is causing that feeling. So how we can really impact our game and our seasons is to question those thoughts for accuracy and then respond to that new feeling of being neutral, content, composed. So he's not passing me a ball. He doesn't like me. Really? He's just jacking shots to get his stats up. Really? Coach doesn't play me because he has his favorites. Really? Is that true? From here on out, moving forward, if a thought out there causes you stress, I encourage you, for your own sanity and peace as an athlete, question it. So summing this all up, guys, I was the cause of all my own suffering, and it was a domino effect. Just because of my thinking, I lost all of my confidence, and it took me a while to get it back, but this model really helped. It's so crucial to realize that when an event happens, depending on your thinking, that can lead to a different result for a play, it can lead to a different result for a game, a season, a career, a college choice, a professional career. Like, it can really add up based on your thinking. That's all for today, everybody. I hope the story that I shared about how I walked through the model a second time and was able to make changes to learn and improve will help you kind of pick out a few events that you're having that are leading to some poor results or some frustrating results, and see if you can question your thoughts and have those turn around. Give this video a like if you liked it. Click that subscribe button below and tell me in the comments section about a time this happened to you. I'd love to hear your experiences with kind of this thought cycle. If you're starting to have some aha moments about where that might be happening to you, it'd be awesome to hear them. And that's all. Happy playing days. Let's keep ditching the drama.
So just because it's been said before doesn't mean that you don't need to hear it. And just because I'm not the first to follow doesn't mean that I can't feel it.